Good morning. So today is Monday, August the 19th, and I am embarking on a new challenge. So I have a few updates that I need to give you guys. So I figured that I might as well talk while I walk. Briefly about this challenge. I am challenging myself to stay off of the scale and focus on my exercise. I am really driving myself crazy about weight, the actual number, and I have been fluctuating between 259.5 and 261 for the past 4 or 5 weeks. It doesn't matter how much I eat, how little I eat, my numbers are staying the same. Now, people are saying that they see a difference. I saw a difference, but I haven't seen one in the past 6 weeks or so. So I figured, amongst other reasons, I figured that I need to do something different. I need to get active. So I am what I consider to be a baby exerciser. Is that what you call it? Anyway, I'm a beginner when it comes to exercise, and I also have a existing, I don't know if you can see my brace, but I have a knee injury, so I can't do strenuous activity, or it's not safe to do strenuous activity. So I committed to what I can do, and I can walk for 30 minutes a day. So that's what I'm going to do starting today. It's not a challenge per se where I'm trying to get other people. I think I hear the trash truck, so I may turn around if I see them when I get to this corner. But I did tag some people on my Instagram to invite them to do the walk. And if someone joins me and they walk, then I'll send them a little prize. Not because they walked, but because they kept me accountable by walking. So, see how fast I can walk before this trash truck comes, and hopefully he start coming my way. So anyway, let me do some updates on my surgery. I'm going to do some updates on my surgery. I'm going to put this on pause. Okay, as far as surgery, I still have not made a formal decision with my doctor. I have another video that I need to upload regarding the birth control requirement, and that really bothers me. I don't need birth control, so I don't feel like I should have to get an IUD to get this surgery. I do understand that it is a requirement, and I also understand why it is a requirement, but I'm not the norm. And when it comes to statistics, I'm not that statistic. I am not going to get pregnant. For one, I'm abstaining. For two, I'm almost 40. For three, my baby is 15. I have no desire to have another child. Plus, my body has been through too much. That childbirth at 40 would probably be very, very high risk. But again, it's not a desire. And it's not like it's a pill where I can take the pill. Well, you can't take the pill because you're going to have surgery. I have to get an IUD. That's a procedure. And it's a procedure I can live without, considering all the other procedures that I have gone through. So I guess today is like totally maintenance day around my complex. I hear lawnmowers, it's the trash man. This is what happens when I normally go to work at 8:30 in the morning. I miss all of this stuff. But Anywho, I'm gonna just pause when needed for noise references. So, in addition to the birth control requirement, which I'll upload that other video soon, I also had to do a sleep study based off of some answers to a survey that I took. So they wanted to test me for sleep apnea. So I went last Tuesday or Wednesday. I went last Wednesday to pick up my CPAP machine. I guess it was a CPAP machine, and hooked myself up to it. It was a test that I did at home. The procedure for my doctor is you take it home, take the machine home, you sleep with it, you go back the next morning, they read your results, they decide whether or not you have sleep apnea. If it comes out that you don't, you're done. If you do, or it shows that you may, they give you a second. You go back home that next night, you do it again. So when I went in, I was just for sure that I have sleep apnea. I'm like, yep, I got it. I got sleep apnea and insomnia. I can't sleep. And when I finally do get to sleep, I wake up not being able to breathe. Well, thank God I don't have sleep apnea. And after speaking with the coordinator, it may be something to do with my allergies, because she says that I snore 69% of the time while I'm asleep, or at least in my study I did. But I believe it's true because my kids say I do. So I snore 69% of the time that I'm asleep. I sleep mainly on my stomach and on my sides. It's my stomach, then my sides, then my back. That's the order in which I sleep the most. So the stomach sleeping is a really good thing. It did show that when I sleep on my back, that my heart rate goes up. It goes up from 95, the mean is 95, it goes up to 105. So that was a concern. So she was like, nope, you don't have it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. She was a really cool lady. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I could have swore I had it. I'm like, I have all these symptoms, and I'm telling her, and she's like, no, well, it's not sleep apnea, but follow up with your doctor and figure out what it is. So I nonchalantly said, well, I guess it just means that I need to go ahead and have the surgery to get this weight off, because it's probably the excess weight that's making me snore and not be able to sleep and feel like I can't breathe. And she was like, no, you do not need to do that. It was like a startling no. So it was like a startling no. Like the no that a mother yells at her child when that child is running into danger, like running across the street or about to touch fire. And I kind of like bucked my eyes open. She didn't yell or anything. It was just like, no. And I was like, okay. Now, before I continue with what happened on that visit, I want to say that, as I've expressed in a lot of my videos, I am not sure if having the surgery is good for me. Not because I won't get the results, because I know I will get those results, but because I've just been hesitant about different things. But I'm not going to go into that. So what I decided was that I would allow God to make that decision for me, to show me. And so for the past couple of weeks, I've been feeling like God is trying to tell me something, but I've also been channeling those thoughts into thinking that God is trying to tell me something about my future husband, because that is a great desire. To be married is a great desire of mine. I'm trying to find a way to get out of the sun. So being married is very important. So I kept feeling like God is talking to me, but I was like, oh, he's gonna reveal who my husband is, or something that I need to do that's blocking me from meeting him, or something like that. But when she said no, the way she did, I immediately responded and said, you just gave me confirmation. I mean, it happened that quick. And I know that in the medical field, you're not supposed to mix religion with science. And I don't think that that was her intent. I think that she was being used by God, and that as a Christian, that trumped her position. So I said, well, I just don't want to be fat, fluffy. I'm 40, and I'll be 40 in 6 months. And she said, you really need to think about it, because it's not what you think it's going to be. Yes, you're going to lose the weight, but will you be happy? And so I was like, yeah. And she said, why don't you just use the tools that God gave you? She said, don't go to the gym. Mind you, I've been paying up my gym membership since January, and I've never gone. I've only gone in one time to update my account information, and then they gave me a tour. But I've never worked out at the gym, and I don't want to. I thought I wanted to because I signed up in the winter, but I like walking, and maybe the gym will come later. But anyway, she said, you don't need to pay for a gym membership. You can walk around and enjoy God's glory. And if you eat the foods that God gave you, the weight will come off. She told me, she said, you're very pretty, and I would just hate for you to drastic. She said, you're very pretty, and I'm looking at you right now, and your skin is very soft. Your skin will go back into place. But if you lose the weight too fast and not have all the nutrients that you need, you're going to lose the muscle tone. She said, I would hate for you to lose 100 pounds and look older in the face and have loose skin all over and still be unhappy. So I said, so basically what you're telling me is just go ahead and lose the weight on my own. But I'm getting my arms done. I'm getting my arm surgery. That's just the bottom line. She said, oh, you're very stubborn, huh? I said, yeah, pretty much. So she goes, well, if you have a savings for your arms, which I understand the concern, do exercise between now and then. Save up your money. Give yourself time. You didn't gain all of this weight overnight. You've gained it over time. So it's going to give yourself time. And it won't even take as much time to lose it. She said, I just feel strongly about you using the tools that God gave you. So I just really was thinking about it. And when I left, I feel at peace. But where it comes to making a decision as to actually calling my doctor and saying no, I haven't done that. It's kind of like when you know that you're in a bad relationship and you're going to break up with that person, but you don't have the gall to call that person and tell them that it's over. That's where I am. That's exactly where I am. I want to break up with weight loss surgery, but I'm afraid to let go. I just got that revelation while I'm doing this video. So I think the good thing about, let me say this, there have been benefits to going through this process. I have met wonderful people. And I go to a weight loss support group, and I've met wonderful people. I've met Christian women who have gone through what I'm going through, and they support me whether I have the surgery or not. So I've gained at least three people that I could see myself becoming really close friends with over time. So that's a bonus. I also would not have been prescribed a sleep study had I not gone through this process. And now I'm going to get in a referral to see ear, nose, and throat specialist to see what it is that's stopping me from breathing or feeling like I can't. So through this process, I'm getting the medical attention that I need, whether I have surgery or not. So that's a good thing about it. So to sum it all up, I'm going to go through the procedure. I'm not going to get the birth control, but I'm going to do everything else. And then they'll give me a, I don't know how I'm going to get the referral, because you have to complete all the requirements to get the referral. And once you get the referral, you have a year. So it's not like I can say, give me the birth control so I can get the referral, and then I have a year. Doesn't work that way. But I think what I'm going to do is just do the other appointments. And in the meantime, I'm going to use the tools that God gave me. God gave me legs so I can walk. And God gave me the ability to know how to shop. Very smart as an extreme couponer. So getting fruits and vegetables and whole grains and all that good stuff that I really need to do some serious research on, that's not hard. And I know basic math. I know how many calories I need to consume to maintain my weight. I know how many calories I need to subtract to lose weight. So I think right now I don't want to stress myself out with the exercise and nutrition. Obviously nutritionally, I'm not gaining weight. So I'm going to keep a close eye on what I eat, but I'm not going to concern myself so much with the protein shakes. I mean, I drink them when I want, but I don't want to feel like I have to do 2 a day. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be so concerned with protein shakes and portion control and meal prep and carbs versus no carbs. And I mean, I know not to like tear up on some candy and some cupcakes. I don't even have the craving for those that I used to have. But most important, I'm going to walk. I'm going to move my body. Hopefully, prayerfully, that'll render some results, even if it's just a couple of pounds. And I'm going to put the scale away and see how I go. I'm going to do my measurements just so that I have another way of measuring my progress. So I think I've covered it all, and I'm going to upload this video when I get done. So you all should be seeing it shortly, and I will talk to you later. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.